The rules of wealth. Hi, this is JCL Media Broadcast. JCL is Chasita Construction Limited, a construction company in Ghana. JCL partners with companies and individuals who wants to invest in properties in Ghana. JCL offers services such as land sales, management and advice on property investment in Ghana, manufacturing and sales of all building blocks types, partners with clients on the all constructional works. JCL can be contacted in Ghana through all our social media handles, Facebook, Instagram and TikTok Chasita Constructions Limited. Today on the JCL Media Broadcast, we shall be looking at the concept of wealth creation. The rules of wealth. Money is a concept. You can't really see or touch it unless you are holding a gold bar in your hand. You can only do that with some physical symbol of it like stock certificates or a check. Bits of paper, yes, but bits of paper with enormous power. The concept of money comes with a lot of baggage to most of us. We have an inherent belief that it is good or bad, and that wanting it is good or bad. That loving it is good or bad. That spending is good or bad. What I'm going to suggest in the first few rules is that maybe, just maybe, how we think about wealth might be holding us back from having wealth. If in our heart we believe, even subconsciously, that money is a bad thing and having lots and lots of it is a really bad thing, then chances are we might be undermining our own efforts, unwittingly, to get lots of it. I'm also going to get you to look at how much effort you are prepared to put into making money. It's a bit like a sport. The more you practice, the better you become. Likewise, you can't make money while being lazy. You got to put in some work here, you know. You've also got to know pretty intimately what you want, why you want it, how you think you are going to get it, what you are going to do with it after you've got it, stuff like that.
Rule 1. Anybody can be wealthy, you just need to apply yourself. The lovely thing about money is that it really doesn't discriminate. It doesn't care what color or race you are, what class you are, what your parents did, or even who you think you are. Each and every day starts with a clean slate so that no matter what you did yesterday, today begins anew, and you have the same rights and opportunities as everyone else to take as much as you want. The only thing that can hold you back is yourself and your own money myths. Of the wealth of the world, each has as much as they take. What else could make sense? There is no way money can know who is handling it, what their qualifications are, what ambi-tie-ins they have, or what class they belong to. Money has no ears or eyes or senses. It is inert, inanimate, impassive. It hasn't a clue. It is there to be used and spent, saved and invested, fought over, seduced with, and worked for. It has no discriminatory apparatus, so it can't judge whether you are worthy. I have watched a lot of extremely wealthy people, and the one thing they all have in common is that they have nothing in common, apart from all being rules players, of course. The wealthy are a diverse band of people, the least likely can be loaded. They vary from the genteel to the uncouth, the savvy to the plain stupid, the deserving to the undeserving. But each and every one of them has stepped up and said, yes please, I want some of that. And the poor are the ones saying, no thank you, not for me, I am not worthy. I am not deserving enough. I couldn't. I shouldn't. That's what this broadcast is about, challenging your perceptions of money and the wealthy. We all assume the poor are poor because of circumstances, their background, their upbringing, their nurture. But if you have the means to buy a device such as this and live in comparative security and comfort in the world, then you too have the power to be wealthy. It may be hard. It may be tough, but it is doable. And that is rule 1, anyone can be wealthy, you just have to apply yourself. All the other rules are about that application. You have the same rights and opportunities as everyone else to take as much as you want.
Rule 2. Decide on your definition of wealth. So, what, to you, is wealth? This is one you have to sit down and work out in advance if you are going to get wealthy. My observation is that wealthy people invariably have worked this one out. They know exactly what, to them, wealth means. I have a wealthy and extremely generous friend who says that he knew long ago, when he was starting out in business, that he would consider he had made enough when he wasn't living off the money he had amassed, which we will call his capital. Nor would he be living off the interest on his capital. No, he would consider himself wealthy when he was living on the interest on his capital. Sounds good to me. Now, this friend knows how much his interest on the interest is making him, pretty much by the hour. Thus, if we all go out for a meal in the evening, he knows A. how much the meal has cost, and B. how much he has made while eating the meal. He says that as long as B is more than A, then he is happy. This is setting the definition of wealth pretty high, you might think. Maybe you wouldn't want to set it this high. And that's fine, of course. Then again, maybe you'd want to put some kind of figure on it. In the old days, everyone wanted to be a millionaire. That was an easy one to judge if you got there or not. Today, there are a lot of people who have houses worth more than that, and they wouldn't consider themselves wealthy at all, and yet haven't quite got around to upping the ante to wishing. Sorry, but to me a billion is a million, and I won't be persuaded otherwise. Themselves billionaires. My own definition, for comparison, is having enough so that I don't have to worry about having enough. How much is that? I never know. There always seems to be more to worry about, and less coming in. But seriously, I feel that I have been comfortable since I started counting in thousands rather than in dollars. I know to the nearest thousand how much I've got, how much I need, and how much I can spend. For some people, not worrying might mean having enough to pay for any emergency that might arise in your family or home. So how will you define it? By the number of cars you own, cash in the bank, value of your house, portfolio of investments. There are, of course, no right or wrong answers, but I do feel that until you've worked this one out, you shouldn't watch on. If we don't have a target, we can't take aim. If we don't have a destination, we can't leave home, or we'll be driving around in circles for hours. If we don't have a definition, how can we monitor or judge success? If we don't do this, how will you know if this broadcast has been helpful to you? If we don't have a definition, how can we monitor or judge success? If we don't do this, how will you know if this book has been helpful to you?